welcome to another episode of the All Inclusive Podcast. And my name is Shy. I am your host. And today we're going to just jump right on in. We're going to do temperature checks and then we're going to just start talking about what the topic is. So I'm going to start with my guests. What are y'all temperature checks?
Who you talking to?
Your guests. So figure it out.
You got two guests, and you just say, "What are y'all temperature?" Let's say it together.
What's your temperature?
What's your temperature?
Boom, boom, boom.
Surprise, surprise! Hey,
No,
yo,
it's too much
hey,
inside of this. We spend too much time together, y'all.
hey, yo, no, wait a minute. As
My
y'all
temperature
know,
is, I'm nice.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm
Okay.
Gucci.
that's temperature.
I'm good. My temperature about, I gotta give a degree.
You hot, you cold, you lukewarm.
I'm 100 degrees.
Okay, you hot.
Okay, you cool.
Feeling hot boyish, juvenile-ish.
Yeah, be juicy.
What's your
No,
temperature?
What's your temperature?
My temperature.
Oh Lord Jesus.
Oh, that's a thermometer.
67 degrees.
Wow.
You took your time.
You know what? I cannot. This fool.
I'm smoking hot.
Oh, you
hot.
smoking hot. Oh wow. Mm-mm. Terrible.
Oh man!
All right.
Let's
So my
get with it.
temperature check is I'm hot and I'm ready to just do this show.
Yeah.
This is the last show of the year for us. It's a lot to celebrate.
Yes, Lord.
On the 9th, it made 6 months since I started the podcast.
Congratulations.
Yes.
There you go. Ooh.
Also, it's my birthday month.
That is.
It's my birthday month.
Hey, birthday
Oh,
girl.
hey, okay. So I'm celebrating all December going into January because I'm the end of December. So I don't got too much of December.
But guess
Right,
what?
right.
That means you got a whole another year to celebrate up until the next year.
Yeah,
See
absolutely.
what I'm saying? That's
So you know what? That's good that you said that because we could just jump right on into what the topic is.
Yeah, give it to us.
New Year, evolving me. That's the topic. Okay?
New
Year,
year,
evolving
evolving
Me. Yeah.
to what? A caterpillar,
Into whatever you want to evolve
yeah,
into.
butterfly. I mean,
Yeah. A lion, tigers, and bears. Oh my.
Right, awesome.
Yeah.
Go, Dorothy.
I like that.
So,
All right,
New
well,
year,
let's rock
evolving
off
me.
then.
yeah. So I have one question. I usually prepare all these questions. One question, and then we just going.
Let's go for it.
We gonna go for it.
All right, sound like a winner to me. Let me take a drink.
If y'all could, not if y'all could, but if y'all would give a chapter title to each quarter of your year, right? It's 4 quarters of the year. What would each quarter be? What would be your chapter title?
No, we're gonna let you
That's
go.
a good one.
Let-
You always be ready to talk.
No, I'm ready,
That's
but
a good question.
I'm gonna let you.
If you could give a chapter title to each quarter of the year, what would it be?
Yeah.
First quarter.
Whew,
January through March.
that's heavy.
Yeah.
So January through March,
You had a full quarter, yeah.
Ooh.
What?
I would call it perseverance.
Ooh.
That's what I would call that first quarter.
Okay.
Why? Why?
Yeah.
Perseverance. Because I had a lot of new things that, had
Mhm.
come about the previous year before. And sometimes I just wasn't even sure myself. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? And I'm like, whew, have I bit off more than I could chew?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm.
And we can be our own worst critics sometimes. And because I have like such this obsession with like damn near perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was like shit, you know. But I persevered. Like it was that January through March by the end of that, I was like, oh, you got this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I would absolutely call it perseverance. That next 3 months,
Endurance.
nope, it ain't your quarters yet. Mine.
It's your quarters. That's right.
I would call that next one maintaining.
Maintaining.
Mm.
Because I got through it, I had it, but I had to ensure that I could maintain it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And with anything, nothing is 100%, and I'm like, I have to maintain it. And even through that, some things happen where at some point I could feel like it wasn't being maintained, and then before the blink of an eye, I was back like I never left. You know what I'm saying? So in a lot of my things that I speak to my quarters and my chapters would be really business for me, right? Because I kind of feel like my personal life, I feel like I got that right in the true code, but I think for the business part is really what those chapters and what that book would be about for me.
Okay.
So I would say maintaining that second quarter.
Okay.
But also, you had a few personal things during that time, and I know because I was with you, and took some hell of a mind shit to come through.
Yeah.
And you did it. And I'm not just saying this because
he just talking because
but
he don't know about April, May, and June.
No, I'm just saying. I was there, and you went through some
You know
stuff.
what I will say? I will say, even going back to my first quarter perseverance, and you're right. I did have some personal stuff going on. I actually had weight loss surgery in February.
Thank you very much. I ain't want to say that.
You're right. Because that kind of slipped my mind.
Yeah.
Because I be so focused on like the business part, but I did. And although my surgery was great, I had a medical mishap through that process that really set me back.
Yeah.
And it just took a toll. It really, really took a toll. So you're right.
Yeah.
That was a significant part of that first quarter of the year.
It was.
And I made it through. And that also speaks to the maintaining part after that, because
Thank you very much.
I was able to do this thing, begin to achieve these goals, but really having to maintain it.
Right.
That you're right. So thank you for that. You're right.
You're welcome.
And then that third quarter, that third quarter, I had to call that motherfucker hot shit. Like, I was hot. No, I was so hot. Like, I had a newfound, thing happening with me, right?
Yeah.
And it was like,
Lord.
oh,
Yeah.
what you
Yeah.
know? You lost it. I'm hot
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
I would really had to call it like hot shit for real.
Yeah.
And I ain't just saying like physically and what it looked like to the eye, but it was just like I had actually gained back a confidence that I did not necessarily know that I had lost.
Woo.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right.
So, with those changes that was beginning to happen to my body and all of that, I was able to see like, yeah, I had lost it a little bit, but I'm hot shit. I'm
hot
telling you.
shit.
So that's why I would call it like
Ain't
hot
nothing
shit.
wrong with being hot
And
shit.
then this last quarter right here, and I know right now this is like a joke because everybody is TikToking it and it's a meme, but it is really standing on business for me.
Come on now.
Like, it's really standing on business for me because
Yeah.
I'm closing out the year signing on a dotted line.
Come on.
Man.
So
With
to
some new
be stepping into something
Mhm.
new
Yes,
for
Lord.
2024,
Yeah.
Positivism.
just
Mm-hmm.
and I'm real big on don't speak on it until it's
Yeah.
finished happening, right?
Right.
Because you have people that prey on your good things that are happening
Yeah.
for you. But
Mhm.
I would say standing on business,
You talking about
for
the
this
haters,
last
right?
quarter.
That's what they call haters.
Yep.
So I know we real serious right now, real deep, but what type of shoes do you wear when you standing on business?
Uh-oh.
I just want to know what type of shoes you wearing when you standing on business.
Tell her what it is.
Okay.
Tell her.
Motherfucking cry.
Some Crocs.
Get shit done in them cry.
Okay. You gonna put that motherfucking sport mode on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna burn some holes in the bottom of that rubber in 2024. I'm
With
telling
no
you.
socks on.
Yeah.
No, I'm wearing socks because this quarter is cold. So yeah, I'm wearing socks. But seriously, like just
That's what's up.
just closing out the year strong. Like I'm never gonna sit and make it seem like ain't hiccups, along the way with anything that we doing. You can't, think it's gonna all be good
Yeah.
when you
Solid.
trying to get to a place. So I would just really say standing on business
That's
and
Life.
just accomplishing some goals, some that I didn't even see happening this soon.
Mm-hmm.
But just betting on myself because
Yes.
a lot of times, we'll take on more than what we think we can handle, and that's where I was like, am I ready? Am I ready? And I'm like, girl, hell yeah, you ready? You know what I'm saying?
And just a side note, I told you your name is in rooms that you
Yeah.
haven't even stepped
Absolutely.
foot
Step
in.
foot in.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt.
Absolutely.
So you have to remember that your name is in rooms.
Yep.
Even with the opportunity
The
that you
name is
have.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It came about.
It came
from
about.
my name being in Rums.
Being and you hadn't even stepped in that room.
And them Crocs had
Yeah.
name stepped in there.
Okay.
What?
They had.
Listen.
But
The
it
Crocs
is what
with
it
no
is,
socks.
But that's why I always tell people, no matter what, do shit in decency and order.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because
Without a doubt.
sometimes your word and your name is all that you have.
Mm-hmm.
And when you stand on what you say, your word is your bond. And it's okay sometimes to just have that, but just do things in decency and order.
Mm-hmm.
I always practice good business.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
If it's something that comes in the way of it not being able to be done, I'm going to communicate that.
Yeah.
Just don't write checks that your ass can't cash.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I say.
And
You can
that's
do it or
that.
you can't.
Woo.
Yeah.
And don't write checks that you can't cash.
Hello.
Yeah.
So that's my year.
That's your year. Okay.
That's my
Okay.
year.
Timmy B,
My quarters.
what's your quarters?
Okay. First quarter we're gonna call Revelation.
Whew. Okay.
That's some heavy shit. You
Yeah.
like that? That was revelation.
Perseverance and revelation.
Yes, look. Well, hers is perseverance.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, perseverance, revelation.
And the craziest part, because we was together,
Right.
but she was mad at me in the beginning of the year. And the trip part about it was to show you why I call it revelation. Is because I've been through some shit, man, and it seemed like with all at this age, with
And
all
for
the-
y'all that may not know, this is my dad.
Right.
'Cause I mean, we have been on a podcast before, but it could be some first timers that don't know
Right.
what the relationship is
okay.
between us. This is my dad.
That's my seed. Anyway,
Always gotta do the most.
Johnny Appleseed. No, look. But the reason why I say revelation is because, even with all the bullshit I done been in my life and everything, the beginning of this year I was still fucking up.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And of all the people in the world, I had to be around her, but that was God.
Mm-hmm.
See, a lot of times we fail to realize that God is there in everything we do.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So sometimes when we don't learn the lesson at the time that He has it for you, you know what I mean? Then you can't get the blessing
Mhm.
that He had for you. So I was still doing dumb shit, and you could tell when people love you, because the people that love you, they gonna stand 10 toes down on what they believe in and what they believe in you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So my baby, I did some dumb shit. She saw it. I thank God for it. Let me tell you something. I thank God for it. And with that, them first couple months was kind of rocky.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, shit. That mean what? So I had to give up some shit that I thought I was good with.
Right.
But like before, I was just dipping and dabbing. But dipping and dabbing is worse than being full-fledged into it.
Right.
So, and she brought that to my attention. Both my daughters did. And so that takes you in, because that whole first time, she wouldn't say shit to me. So that brought me into that next quarter. That next quarter is what would be known as the balancing act. Because
Mm.
in that, I had to balance some shit out. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? What I wanted to do, what I should do. You feel me?
Mhm.
So what I wanted to do ain't always the right way. See, people fail to realize just because we do something a certain way don't mean that's the way it should be done. You know what I mean? So in that, the things that transpired, I stopped smoking. This is a vape pen, so don't do that.
Mhm.
I stopped smoking cigarettes. I've been smoking cigarettes for like 50 years. You
Mm.
feel me? But a certain person kept saying, "Dang, he's not smoking. They stink." But from the beginning up to then, I got out of it. And then my baby went through some things. And I'm going to tell you something. The fact that I was able to be there with her, not do because she had to go through the worst parts of it, but the fact that I was going to be there. You know, and then I had my baby daughter and I had to square some shit up with that. You know what I mean? Then I had my grandkids. Then I got two beautiful great grandkids and I had to, balance that shit out, man. I had to say, well, what's more important to you? Nigga, keep doing what you've been doing. You're going to keep getting what you've been getting.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So that brings us into the next corner. Hot boy summer. What? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you. Look.
Yeah, yeah.
And you even know, man, let me tell you something.
I do know.
A lot of times, if we don't recognize the things that God bless us with, you know what I mean? Boy, you may never get that blessing again.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So, Hot Boy Summer, we had a ball.
Elaborate on Hot Boy Summer.
Elaborate.
Just a little bit.
Check it
About
out.
giving too much.
Check it out. First was my birthday, right?
Mhm.
We on the deck. We chilling. I mean, we partying. I had so much fun that I woke up on the deck, the only one out there.
Sure did.
2 o'clock in the morning. I was comatose.
I was
right?
like, leave him right there. Safe.
That we had a ball, and because you
Yes.
came through. You know what I mean? And then it was the fact of all the people you had around you. And I guess for me, I always think back to what my daughter always said to me. Look where you was at last year.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So, and see, with that being said, it brought us into this last quarter. You know what I mean? And man, I'm happy. Because let me tell you something. My bag was good.
Mm.
You feel me? My bag was good. So believe you me, without those things, without those bad decisions, or
Mhm.
without those lack of accomplishments, you know what I mean? They sometimes can bring about a hell of a person.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So I'm saying, thank God, alhamdulillah for the bad, because without it,
You wouldn't have the good.
wouldn't be this cat sitting right beside you now. You know
Right.
what I mean? So I'm looking forward to next year. Because, see, I live vicariously through my daughter. Just to see her making her accomplishments and being a part of it.
Mhm.
See, sometimes the supporting cast is the main part of the movie.
Yeah.
You dig it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without the producer and the directors and all of them, man, the stars wouldn't be shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? So my thing is, I'm looking forward to this next, man. I'm amped about this next
Mhm.
because we don't never know what's to come. And that's the thing. We can plan,
Yeah.
but we don't know how it's
We
going
don't
to
know.
come through.
And something else that I say is, nothing beats a failure but a try.
Ah,
Hello.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And we'll have these ideas and we'll have these things and stuff that we want to do. And I'm just like, sis. And I'm not saying everybody's meant to be an entrepreneur, meant to be a business owner. I'm saying it in whatever.
Right.
It's like, go ahead and start that. Go
Yeah.
ahead and apply for that promotion.
Mhm.
Go ahead and step out on that faith, just the mustard seed side,
Yeah.
right? Because nothing beats a failure but a try. The same way they say that the only dumb question is the one that you don't ask.
Mhm.
Right.
If you don't try, because what can happen?
Mhm.
It's gonna work or it's gonna not.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you don't try, you'll always beat yourself. God bless you.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
You'll always beat yourself on. Damn, what if I would have did it? I
Right.
should have did this.
Right.
Dang. So just give it a go. You know
And-
what I'm saying? Just give it a
And
go.
even with that, check this shit out. They always say, If it didn't turn out how you wanted it to, then try harder.
Yeah.
You feel me? So if it didn't flow the way I wanted to flow, then guess what? I'm going to go harder with it.
It's a tissue over there. My nose all running and stuff like that. I gotta.
So why are you pointing at me then?
Can you get it for me, please?
I can get it for you.
Thank you.
No, you.
Cause I'm not gonna be on camera. My nose all snotty. I look like Roscoe and shit.
So you can't get off camera, but I can.
Yes.
All right, that ain't working for me.
Thank you.
But you good. But come on, Boogie.
Listen, we live. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, for those who don't know, I'm not calling her Boogie because she said her nose is.
That's actually my nickname for him.
That's a nickname.
Yeah.
Boogie.
What's your course?
Yeah.
Whew. So, the first quarter, I'm gonna kind of go back a little bit to 2022. I had an amazing birthday celebration
Yeah.
for my birthday. Something that I literally woke up that morning and was like, I'm canceling it. Sent text messages out, was like, it's canceled. And they was like, why? I was like, I don't want to people today. I wasn't feeling it.
I feel
I feel like a lot of times I put more into my birthday when it's my birthday, when I feel like I should be
celebrated.
Be celebrated, and I make it comfortable for everybody else, but I'm stretching myself just to be celebrated.
yeah.
And
for somebody else to celebrate your day.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm getting away from that,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
And that's a part of me growing in my self-esteem and my self-worth.
But can I go back? Because you did wake up that day and you were canceling it. However, things turned around, right?
Yeah, things turned around.
They turned
They
around.
flipped.
It turned
Because
around.
we wasn't having that.
That was the
Yeah.
that was the
The
That
bonfire.
was our bonfire.
Yeah.
I was sick
We
that-
weren't having
Right.
that, right?
Yeah, I was
but
sick.
it turned around and
It
you
turned
did
around.
end up celebrating your birthday.
Right. I did end up
Right.
celebrating my birthday. And
Did you have a good
30
time?
in 33 years, which is my Jesus year,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I had never felt like I had gotten my full flowers from people.
Right.
And on that day, at that night, I felt like if I was to be gone tomorrow, I had gotten my flowers.
It was very nice.
It was very nice. Like everybody sat around the bonfire. The vibes was nice. The drinks was flowing. We had weed juice. It was.
But you also got
Amazing.
your flowers because
Yeah.
you had a lot of your special friends there.
Yeah.
And I know this
Yeah.
your quarter, but I'm because you ain't going to tell it,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna tell it because I was there, and it was intimate, it was quaint, and the people that were most important to you were there. And we did have opportunity where we sat around a bonfire and people were just able to say some amazing things about you. And I think that I was probably the latest one to the party as far as like how long we had known each other.
Right.
And I know I had some amazing things to say just in that short period of time, but your friends had awesome. I mean, it wasn't a dry eye at some point. Some points when people were speaking about you, and everybody had the same exact. I mean, not the same thing to say, but it just all ended with
It
like
echoed.
Shakira would do
Right.
anything for any. Like it
Right.
just all echoed. And I say that to say that it just showed that you are absolutely your genuine self. Exactly who you present to be is exactly who you are.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to piggyback on that because it wasn't that simple. You
Yeah.
know, it wasn't. It
Yeah.
was it was really, really nice.
But
And I
guess
was
what?
glad to be
Now,
part of
and then I'm
that.
gonna let you get back to your quarters. But I always want you to remember something. If you don't first give yourself flowers,
Yeah.
how the fuck do you think you're gonna receive them?
Yeah, and that's why I was
You know what
saying
I mean?
it definitely it started then,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
I would say my first quarter I would title that
Flowers.
purpose. No,
How you
purpose.
gonna title her chapter?
It would be it would be purpose and revelation,
I get it.
right?
Yeah.
Because it's like
Yeah.
a combination of the two.
Right.
Okay, now that you've gotten your flowers, now it's time for you to really walk into your purpose. Because this
There
is
you
Jesus
go.
year,
There you go.
right?
There you go.
And I'm big on numbers. So this is your Jesus year. This is when you supposed to walk into your purpose, right?
Yeah.
That don't mean that you about to go, right? Leave this earth. That mean that you're walking into what God has you on this earth to fulfill
Your purpose.
my purpose.
Hello.
Right? But then with that, I had to come with a revelation of who is supposed to be here and who is not. As I walk this journey that is alone, but I'm not lonely.
Right.
Because it's a difference between being alone and being lonely.
Exactly.
Right? So, walked into that. And then my second quarter had to do with grief.
Yeah.
I lost my aunt who was like a mom to me, who just, she spoke into my purpose.
Yes.
Every time, and you've heard
Yes,
conversations that we had
Right.
and how well I spoke about her.
Absolutely.
So I would say that was a grief period, not just a grief period for losing her physically, but my relationship, my romantic relationship was so rocky, and we was at the end, we were really at the end, but I just stretched it out longer than what it needed to be.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Because of love.
Right.
So I started to grieve the relationship before I even said, hey, this is not good. Right? So grief, second quarter. Third quarter is walking into your purpose, doing it boldly. That's the third quarter. I walked into my purpose. I did it boldly. I did it blindly. Sometimes I did it scared. I did it frustrated. I did it angry.
Right.
But I walked into it.
Kept your head.
Right?
Yeah.
And that was the impact that I was getting messages from people watching the podcast saying, hey, I would have never thought this would have happened to you, or I would have never dreamed of this, but I know that I can do it now because I'm watching you do it. So just walking into purpose.
Right.
This quarter
Right.
that I'm in right now, it's called I'm proud of you.
Right.
Me. I'm proud of me.
We
Right.
know what you
My
saying.
own self.
Right.
Because no matter what I went through during those times, and what decisions, not mistakes I made. Because a lot of times, right, I'm going to break this down. A lot of times we be like, oh, this was a mistake. This was a mistake. It was not a mistake. It was a decision, right? You had information. You made the decision.
Right.
You dealt with that boy. You dealt with that girl. You walked on this job knowing that you really wasn't going to give it your all. So when you got fired, it was a decision that you made because you already knew you wasn't going to do what you were supposed to do, right? You finagled money somewhere.
Yeah.
I can attest, sometimes you making more money, you spend more money, right?
Exactly.
So not finagle, but you spend more money and you like, dang, I should have saved this amount. But really, you made that decision. It wasn't a mistake, right?
It's like crossing the street when cars coming and your ass get hit.
It was a
Exactly.
decision.
It was a decision.
Hello.
So, in a lot of the things that I did this year being decisions and not mistakes, and me changing my mindset, I'm like, I'm proud of me because no matter what, I was persevering.
Right.
Yeah.
I was persevering. So when you said perseverance, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. Perseverance.
Because perseverance is not when everything is going great.
Right.
Perseverance is when you pressing through.
Yeah. When shit ain't going right,
When
but you
the-
still
And
continue to
but
go.
I'm gonna
pressing
tell you
through.
something. When everything is just going so great, sometimes you just gotta be like, "This too good." You know what I mean? It's too good. Usually, if it's too good to be true, it is.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like anything worth having, it takes a little bit of hard work. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't want anything that's just real easy and just like handed.
Because that ain't
You know.
life, is it? That ain't life.
And I just feel like when you
Oh,
have to
obstacles.
persevere and push through and get through, it builds character.
Character. Mm-hmm.
It builds character.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it humbles some of the best of us
Mhm.
when you have to persevere and push through and figure some shit out. You know,
Mhm.
It
it does.
builds what?
It builds character.
It builds character. So character.
It builds character.
Builds character.
That part.
That's the
So I mean, I'm for us to be here and we're ending out this year with you. I'm so proud of you. I tell you that all the time. But
Thank
Okay.
you.
to be here closing out this year with you, watching you stand on business, because you stood
Yeah.
on business.
Yeah.
But
for the
remember, we
all-inclusive.
was right there when she just had the idea.
Yeah,
Remember she kept
yeah,
saying,
yeah,
you know what I want to do?
yeah.
I want to start a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking at her like,
And you stood on business. And you know something, I saw something today. I was just scrolling, and it was Tyler Perry.
Mm-hmm.
And what he said is, he said, a lot of my relationships, I compare them to a tree.
Yes.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
And what he said is, you know, on a tree, you have leaves.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the leaves are the weakest part of the tree. They change with seasons. They're there for what they're there for at that time, to
For
provide a
covering.
little shade
Mhm.
or what have you. But as the weather gets cold, as the seasons change, those leaves begin to fall off, right?
Yes.
So you have those people in your life that are leaves. You know, they're
Mhm.
there for
Yeah.
whatever that shade or
Yeah.
coverance is at that
Mhm.
moment. And you know, the seasons change and they
Yeah.
go on ahead, right? But then you have the branches,
Mm-hmm.
right? The branches, of course, are a little stronger.
Yeah.
You know, you can bend them. They may not break. Some
But some of
stronger
them
than
whittle.
other. Some whittle.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the branches, you don't know how strong they are until you step out on one and it cracks,
Huh.
right? So
Ooh.
you got those people
Yeah.
that are in your life.
Exactly.
You know that got that branch
Right.
strength,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
But then you got the root of the tree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They ain't seen.
Mm-hmm.
Huh, man.
They underground.
Huh, man.
Yeah.
They strong.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you know they there. People know they there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you got those people that are in your space and in your life. They the root.
Mm-hmm.
And when you think about it, and exactly how he said it is, you know, it's not a whole lot of roots.
Yeah.
It's a few.
It's a feeling. Yeah.
But it's okay to just have enough strong roots,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
And when I heard this, I was like, damn, this is so true.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it just made such good sense, because you have these leaves that are there for a little while. You have these branches that are stronger than others. You think they're going to balance, and some stay and some don't.
Some
Some
don't,
crack,
yeah.
some break, some fold,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
But then you got these roots. These roots ain't going nowhere.
They ain't going.
They are
nowhere.
planted and bedded there, staying. They're going to keep growing. Them roots will tear your house down if they
Yeah.
come strong
Okay.
enough, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you
Yeah.
got those roots with you, it could just be a few. That's
Mm-hmm.
why I always say it's not about, you know, the quantity. It's about the quality.
The quality.
And
Yeah.
that applies to
Yeah.
anything. That applies to who you have around you. That applies to what you do with your time.
Yeah.
You know, it is always quality over quantity,
Mhm.
right? And I will just say that in anything that you do, whether it's when you go on a job, when you go into your job,
Mhm.
I want to provide quality,
Right.
right?
Right.
I might can't get it done in an hour, but if I take 2 or 3 hours, I know that the quality of my work
Yeah.
is
It's
going to
done.
speak
Yeah.
for itself, right?
Yeah.
So I say apply that to kind of all ships. We talked about
Yeah.
the
Those
ships, but
ships. Yeah.
apply that to all ships, because I feel like, and I'm a 1 second and I'm gonna let y'all have it. I feel like life is so short, right? Every day we just talked about your aunt that passed away, and you know, every day we hear somebody. One of us sitting in this room every day hears something about somebody that passed away. We watch Murder Inc. We watch these things,
Mm-hmm.
and I just feel like life is so short,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to make the best of it.
Yes.
And I mean, whatever that looks like for you, whatever dream you have, sis, you don't got 100 years to chase it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Chase it. Go for it. If it don't work, it don't work, and on to the next. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those relationships, keep them healthy, good relationships. Everybody go through stuff. I'm not
Right.
saying it like that. You know, it doesn't make a person bad because you go through stuff, because you have a disagreement. I'm not saying that. But when you have those people around you that are genuine,
Mm-hmm.
that you know honestly 100% care about your best interest, that don't mean y'all gonna always agree.
Yeah.
That don't mean everything on, but just to know that you have that type of, 9 times out of 10, when there's a vibe off, something's off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And pay attention to those things,
Yeah.
because life is just so short.
Yeah.
And you really need positive, genuine people around you that are truly happy for you. Because what you will see is people will hold on to things that is not good for them. And it's like, sis, if this ain't good for me and it ain't good for you, then what's up?
Hello.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's in relationships, boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, wives,
Family, yeah.
jobs,
Business,
families,
yeah.
business,
Yeah.
whatever it is. Sometimes you will hold on to shit, and that will make it worse because
Mhm.
you're just trying to hold on.
Just trying to
Stand on it, and we can agree to disagree. That don't even mean that take us from a different place. It's
Right.
just that you different and I'm different.
Yeah.
And it could really just be a misunderstanding. Relationship is good. We good. But you just feel this way and I feel this way, and that is okay.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, it's okay to
Right.
agree to disagree.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that because that has to be applied to every facet of your life.
Mm-hmm.
It really, really do. If you got shit around you that ain't good and you trying to get good and
Mhm.
stay good,
Yeah. Because
ain't
I'm
gonna work.
gonna say this: through all of my seasons, I was growing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? There was
Exactly.
so much growth that was happening,
Man.
and with the growth, of course, it was uncomfortable for me because I'm my worst own critic, and I will self-sabotage because I'm like, this is too good to be true. This is not what it's supposed to be. How this person just met me and it seemed like they good and they got my best interest at heart. But I known this person for 20 years or for 10 years or for 5 years, and we supposed to be in it to win it. But yet this person coming along, and I don't really know. Like it got to be a motive behind it. That's how
but
I
you
would.
know what? A lot of times you just said the ultimate thing. You're growing,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody works so hard to stay the same.
So, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So if you are elevating and you have these dreams and you're growing, and you have some people that don't. Or you have some people that just can become content with certain things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times when you growing, it's not about, oh, I'm growing and you jealous, or oh, I'm hearing you. It's not even about that.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just not at a level playing field mentally.
Yeah.
People are, set in their ways. They do things certain ways. And then some people just don't know how to show up. It don't mean they ain't happy for you.
Yeah.
It don't mean they jealous. Because everybody ain't jealous and hating and all of that. They ain't.
Yeah.
But some people just don't know how to show up for you.
Yeah.
I'm a person that, I may be one of the people that don't know how to show up. And when I say I don't know how to show up in situations of, because I feel like we all got the same 24 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if I could get out here and bust my ass and grind and work hard and figure some shit out, sometimes I can show up for you when you just need a pity party. Because I'm not that one. I'm not, because when you finish telling me this pity story, I ain't get ready to be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
No, I'm ready to be like, so now what's up?
Now what's up?
What we gonna do?
Yeah.
How we fixing this?
Yeah.
What's up? It's not that I don't care, and it's not that I don't want to necessarily wallow in it with you, but now what?
Yeah.
Remember, life's short and we don't got a whole lot of time.
Yeah.
So what we gonna do? So I've been labeled, by my family, loved ones, and people as, you just so hard and you don't show emotions and you act like you don't care. It's not that. I know I gotta make shit shake, and we got stuff to do.
Right.
I know that my father, my husband, my kids, I know that we have a lifestyle. I know that we gotta maintain, and I know that we gotta get onto it.
Right.
Right. So if you just want pity, sorrow,
yeah.
I'm not necessarily the one. And I ain't saying I don't have my times where I need to, but guess what? I'm gonna stick my head in a pillow and I'm or I'm gonna go take that hot shower, and if I gotta let off some steam and some cry, I'm gonna do that. If I gotta vent for 5 minutes to my father, like because something I don't do is vent about my personal anything to anybody.
Yeah.
So it be like get on what's up, like what's next,
Yeah. That's perfect. What you were saying, like some people just don't know how to show up for you.
Yeah.
And that is something that I really struggled with this year is, damn, I'm literally there and present. How I can be present for someone else, but then it's like I'm growing, and it seemed like the people that I would have thought would have been rocking and rolling with me is like, I don't got time to do that.
And unfortunately, I don't want to teach a grown up how to show up for me.
Yeah.
But remember, I said I could be guilty of it in certain aspects, but I still don't want to have to be like, well,
Yeah.
I don't want to have to teach you how to show up.
Yeah. But now my mindset is I'm proud of me. Now I'm just ready to go forward in 2024.
Yeah.
Like I feel like people be like New Year, but really, this is my New Year.
Mm-hmm.
Like my New Year doesn't typically start on January 1st.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that I start shifting every year. I start shifting
And
prior
it is your
to
born day. You know,
yeah,
your born day is in December
yeah,
too, so that is kind of
yeah.
your new year.
yeah, my New
You know
Year,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Like I start to shift and I start to see things differently. I start to feel things. Me and you was talking. I was like, yeah, I'm sitting here writing in my book about. I already got 2024 plans down.
And you know something that I'm gonna say for all of the three of us that I'll challenge us three to do, like going into 2024, because people can make me feel so negative sometimes, and I know when I'm starting to feel that way because I be negative.
Mm-hmm.
It just seemed like I just be negative, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this upcoming year, and I mean we can start now. We're gonna challenge ourselves to find the positive in it, even when it's just some negative shit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And even if that means like, no, it ain't, you know. But let's
Yeah.
just find that little teeny piece of positivity, in it, because I know for me for 2024, I'm really trying to just leave all negative crap where it is.
Yeah.
I just feel like I cannot bloom to my full potential. People be making me mad.
Mm-hmm.
Like I be having my days. I be like this, like, and the fact that somebody can even control my mind and can get me to that place
Yeah.
is where I don't want to ever be or allow somebody to do. And I just say let's just turn it all positive.
Hey, you know
Yeah.
what though?
Like seriously.
Let me jump in here.
Yeah.
Listen over here.
He been quiet,
Can
so you know
believe
he got a lot
Can't
to
believe
say.
it.
No, because you know I'm listening, and sometimes, you know, God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we can talk less and listen more.
Yes.
And I'm listening, and I mean I agree with y'all wholeheartedly, but we always got to remember this: we know that it takes positive and negative to make anything.
Yep.
Mhm.
Right?
True.
See, 'cause it's that negative that make our positive come to light.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But from what we talked about, even if the first couple times we was together, I'm gonna tell you something. The Lord Subhanahu God for me, man, has as I'm telling you, I cannot leave him out. The hell with the people, the hell with everybody else.
Yeah.
It was God, man, that brought me through. It wasn't me. It
Yeah.
wasn't my daughter. It wasn't my grandkids. It was God that brought me through. Cause man, I've been through some shit, and I'm quite sure a lot of people out there been through some shit, going through some shit, the whole 9 yards. But it's life, and you feel me? And they got a saying that life is good. Now, how you live it, that's a whole nother story.
Mm.
You feel me?
Mhm.
Because man, even with all the crap and everything I've been through, I'm glad. Because see, God showed me, he said, let me tell you something, brother. If you don't first forgive yourself, if you don't first see the good in yourself, how can you recognize if anybody else bring it to you?
Yeah.
How can you even recognize that I'm bringing it to you?
Mhm.
Because a lot of times he bring us blessings and we don't even see him
See it,
because
yeah.
we're so busy laying on that negative. Oh, well, they took my car. Oh, well, I can't pay this. Oh, they cut my lights out. But then the trip part about it is, okay, they cut my lights out, but I still got the house.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Okay, they took my car, but I can still walk and catch the bus. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So a lot of times if we don't recognize the blessings that we have and stop dwelling on the negative or the dumb things that was taken away from us, you know what I mean? We'll be all right.
Mhm.
Because you can take one thing, but God gonna give me another one.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna look at what I was given.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at the good. I gotta look at that good. I can't dwell on that because then that means I'm gonna stay in that.
Yeah.
You feel me? And just like with you, man, come on, it's been damn near 2 years, man. I seen you come in, girl. I am proud of you.
Thank you.
I am so proud of you because, and you know, this my road dog. But the sacrifices she made to get to this point right here,
Mhm.
they had that pretty little smile on that thing. You know they said the apple don't fall far from the tree.
Oh boy, bye. I look
But
like my
anyway,
mother.
hey, look, but wait a minute. No, some real talk though. Other people don't see this shit. We right here now and we just kicking it. You got your podcast. You got Flower, Timmy Brock on here with you. And his gorgeous daughter. The apple don't fall far from the tree, I'm telling you.
Keep
But
going.
anyway, but so they don't see. shit ain't been perfect for us. We grind.
Yeah.
We was
Yeah.
in that motherfucking gutter.
Yeah.
What? That motherfucker almost took us down the sewer hole. But guess what? We believed in ourselves.
Yeah.
We took the people that did love us. I wouldn't give a fuck if it was 100 before, and at the end of the day, it's only 2. You know what I mean? But we took that, and we grind. We've been through some shit. Personally, medically, business-wise. But what we do? We kept on grinding.
Kept on grinding.
But here's the hit. God brought the 3 of us together.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have to say this because people always fixate on the material part, right?
Ooh.
The vision.
Take the material part away.
Yeah.
Take the material part away.
Yeah.
Cause I've been slick. Right. I'm just saying.
Been like yo.
I've been. I just been.
Yeah, you been.
You know that swag.
been?
You got it or you don't.
Yeah.
I've been had swag, right? So I'm not talking about the material part, right?
Right,
Because
right.
I'm the same creature when I work my 9 to 5 that I am today, right? So take that material part away because people so visual, and I know
Yes.
we had that conversation before, and all they see is what they think they see, you know.
Yeah.
But they don't even understand how hard you working for it. And this is
Yeah.
a repeat of one of the other shows, but I have to say this because people just see it, they don't know. You working your ass off, you doing everything to keep your
Make
shit
some
in
hell of
order,
a
you-
sacrifice.
you know, people don't know. Take that material part away from it because I'm gonna tell you something. Money can't buy you peace and happiness.
Yes.
And that's the God honest truth.
Yeah.
And you could be a billionaire and be so miserable, and that
Yeah.
soul can be so dark
Yeah.
and so
Yeah.
black, and you be so fucked up, right?
Mhm.
It's not even about the material part. Like, take that part away, and it's
Yeah.
just like find your inner peace and what truly makes you happy when you strip all of that away, right? When we
Yeah.
take off the jewelry, we take off the glasses, we take off the weed, and you just you by yourself. Are you absolutely just content with the you
Yeah.
of it
There
all?
you go.
Because people cover up so much
Yeah.
these facades with the material part of it, you know.
Yeah.
And one thing for sure, 2 things for certain. I drive a nice car or whatever, but I drove a nice Honda. And it did the same thing.
Yeah.
It got me to the same places.
Right.
I like it just as much.
Right.
I will go buy me one right now.
Yeah.
Take that material shit away
Yeah.
because that material shit don't mean nothing. God
Yeah.
give it to you and he take it, but you still you. You know what I'm saying?
And that ties into something. I really was debating whether I was going to talk about this a little bit, but my journey for conception has been a long,
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
draining journey,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I tried to conceive again
Mm-hmm.
in November. Thought I was pregnant, thought I was having implantation bleeding,
Mm-hmm.
and come to find out, took the test,
Mm-hmm.
not pregnant,
Right.
Right.
right? So I'm about to be on try number 4,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mhm.
And you and I talked about it the day that
Mm-hmm.
I tested was actually the day that I miscarried, right? In 2020,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I was a little emotional that day and I was a little withdrawn that day because I was trying to get myself together, right? I just had my AirPods on pretty much the whole day. And that's ties into I have the money to do whatever I want to be able to do, right? But that's not what my heart desire is.
Right.
To have all the money in the world to be able to do what I want to be able to do, right? But I had peace, right? And that's the value.
Yeah.
It's having those things that are not tangible,
Yeah.
those intangibles.
Yeah.
And I had a friend text me that same week and was like, hey, I needed you. I went right
showed up.
into,
Yeah.
I need to show up for my friend, right?
Right.
Because that's my character. That's who I am. My personality can be shy, but my character is Shakira.
And all the while, you were showing up for somebody else and they didn't even know what you were going through. And that's why I always tell you, give yourself some grace.
Mhm.
I say it all the time, give yourself some grace. Even with your conception journey, I know that you're going to be an amazing mother when it happens. And I even tell you, like, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
When it's meant to happen, it's going to happen. Give yourself some grace. You still young. You know what I mean? You got time, and it's going to happen, and you're going to be a great mother. And it's going to happen absolutely when it is supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And I'm going to reiterate.
It will.
Again, I'm going to say this, and I don't want y'all to think I am not a pastor or trying to be or overly.
Come on now.
But I'm just saying, people fail to realize that God got a time and a place for you. You know what I mean? So the only thing you can do is, and it's like when it can't help but be an emotional state. But you gotta step back and say, okay, it wasn't now, but I've grown in this aspect.
Yeah.
I have grown in this aspect.
Mhm.
I have come to understand this. I have peace. You know what I mean? So God, it's your turn now.
Yeah, and when it's
You know
for
what
me,
I
it's
mean?
for me.
And
Because
it's gonna be.
because God is working for your good, right?
Yeah.
Because these things are happening that you're very God fearing, so I know that you're seeing it.
Exactly.
But I say sometimes things are happening for us, and people who are not so necessarily God fearing and understand it and have that relationship with God and know those moving parts, you don't even realize that these things are happening. And guess what? You may not have been pregnant, but God is aligning you and putting you in these positions so that when it happens, you will be absolutely in order.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that you aren't in order now.
Right.
But things are happening for you that are going to make you an even better mother when that time comes for you, and it's gonna come.
Yeah.
But guess what?
I don't doubt that.
Peep this. You were pregnant and you did have a child come to life. All inclusive podcast.
Yeah.
Do you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All inclusive
And I
podcast.
say, all inclusive is my baby.
There you
Yes,
go.
it is.
Like, I nurture that thing. You guys have
I mean,
seen it. I
that's
nurture
right.
that thing.
So-
I invest into
so-
that
I
thing.
watch
that-
it.
Yeah.
But see, they the things that I want you to see. I want you to hop on because you may not have given birth to a child, but you have given birth to so many other things. man.
And one thing that I will say is you take care of so many other
And
children.
yes, you do.
And for that, you will be blessed because I have watched you provide a life for children that are not biologically yours, but they are yours.
Yeah.
So,
That's right.
so
That's
you may
right.
not have your own biological child, but you are a mother to quite a few children, and I watch you step up in ways that are just so like amazing. So, absolutely, give yourself some grace.
Yeah,
Like,
give
give
yourself some
some
kudos
grace.
because I'm gonna tell you something, man. 24 coming in.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what it's gonna bring. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm a firm believer in this
Listen,
because last year, yo, let me tell you something. I had things come to life, man. I felt like I was pregnant and had a kid, a whole bunch of them, because I've seen so many. Man, let me tell you something. And I've been out in these streets a long time, but I went to Stone Soul Picnic. I went to so many festivals. You know what I mean? Music festivals. Me and my daughter, my son-in-law.
look, my
and
dad went.
everybody.
We took him
Yo.
to Philly to the Roots.
Roots, yeah, I remember.
I mean, just stuff
I
that
remember.
The chain.
places again that he never even thought
That I
his
didn't
feet
even
would step
do.
into.
Look, I went to see my man, LL Cool J.
Yeah, we'd have been to the
Yo,
concerts,
he
we
rocked
done
that.
everything.
When I tell you, we seen Usher, we seen City Girls, Eve, Queen Latifah. I didn't think, you know what I mean? They was on Living Single, you know what I mean? So, I mean, but to somebody else, these things may be so minute. To me, it was some things that I was saying, damn.
But this
That's
speaks
what I
to
was
exactly
missing.
what the topic is of your show.
Yeah.
You know, evolving and just knew you
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
being
I'm telling you.
submersed into things that you wouldn't have necessarily
Yeah.
done.
Exactly. So,
You know what I'm saying?
24 coming. So I'm
Yeah.
saying, y'all, look, I am happy to bring it in with y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm happy to
Because-
close out the year with y'all.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
Like, we all know that I have an event coming up that's small and it's
Mm-hmm.
intimate and it's just for the closest of us and family and
Mhm.
friends. But I'm so
But we
excited
can
for
rock
that.
this joint because I
Yeah.
tried to show you two dummies how I play.
You know how to play tongue.
My bad. I keep getting
He
that
keep
saying
calling us
out.
dummies.
Yeah.
No, my bad. I keep saying you can learn a lot from a dummy
Yeah.
or two dummies.
I
But
know
I'm just
that.
Lord have
saying. but look,
Lord have
but
mercy.
look, no, I'm saying we have come together, man. Family. And we
Mhm.
talk,
Family.
check this out, because we
Yeah.
talked about this the last time. See, so many times we get confused with the friends and stuff because we see stuff that we don't agree with, but we'll let it slide.
Yeah.
Remember when we
Yeah.
talked about
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
And so we allow the bullshit into our life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we have, and I'm saying all of we have been
Family,
together.
Yeah.
And I mean, it wasn't no 50, 70, 80 people. It was just us. That's
Yeah.
this close crop crew.
Let's
Mhm.
close
And
rock.
everybody was so, we had so, man,
But that's
had
why I
so much
spoke
fun,
to
man.
the ugly sweater Christmas game like that's
Yeah,
coming up because
yeah.
when I made the list and when I invited the people that I invited, I could have invited so many more people.
Right.
But I invited my closest
People, yeah.
friends
Genuine
and
people,
family.
man.
And I say not even friends. These are friends that are now family to me and my
Mhm.
family. And when I say I'm so excited because I know
Yes,
that
I
this
am.
night is going to be like so intimate, so fun.
Yes.
Another
Yeah.
memory in the books like that we
Yeah.
will all create
Yeah.
together.
Yeah,
You
but see,
know.
And we could look back and say, man, I remember last year. Look at this year.
Yeah.
That's where the evolving is
That's
coming
where the
at.
evolving is coming.
Mhm.
let me tell you something, man. I told you that shit
But
always
even being able to do something small and simple like that is the evolving part because
Yes, it
it
is.
used to be a time where you felt like if I don't got all these people and if this ain't there and if they ain't there, then it
Mhm.
ain't lit. It ain't fun. It ain't this.
No.
No, now my circle has absolutely become much smaller, but it's the quality of
of
the
it,
people
yes.
in the
There you
circle,
go.
right?
That's what
Yeah.
we was just
And
talking about.
I'm
And
no
listen,
longer having people around me that
We
are not.
going in that way. Usually I end, but you ended it.
Yeah.
It's not
the
about
quality.
the quantity.
It's
It's
about the
It's
quality.
about the quality.
Hello.
We gonna end the show like that.
Hey, why not?
Hey,
Okay.
happy 2023.
But no, what we're gonna do is we're not gonna end it.
2024.
We're gonna begin.
No,
We gonna
happy
be-
2023 because we closing out 2023.
Yeah.
Happily. Happy
Happy-
2023.
happy
And we
20.
starting the next
Next.
6 months of your baby. Your baby will be a year old. I wonder if it's gonna be able to walk. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm gonna throw this out, right? We closed the show, but I am gonna throw this out. The All Inclusive Podcast, I could say this because you guys see, will have merch next year.
Absolutely.
Yeah, without a doubt.
We are actively working on merch.
Do
Absolutely.
you take Afterpay?
No, not right now.
She will.
Not right
She
now.
will. She will.
Yeah, but we're gonna do that. Hey, look,
Yeah.
thanks a lot. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I love you guys.
And-
We love
Thank
you
you.
too. we
Thank
love
you
too.
for coming on the show.
Oh, we
1,
love it.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times.
And guess what?
Yeah.
We come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
No,
more
we
if
gonna
you
come
need.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's
We
what
love
gonna
it. We
do.
love it here.
Yes,
so
yes.
thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with that, we out.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah.